Hey, and welcome to another video. I'm at the top of my building, and I just wanted to change the scenery, even though it's dark and you probably can't see, but it's what I want to do. So, and it's freaking cold, by the way. Being an ENFP, and I think that I speak for all NPs, especially ENFPs and ENTPs, I feel like we are cursed with not being able to live in the moment. And that's due to our NE being the dominant perceiving function that we have, and SI being the inferior. Uh, I think that living in the moment is all pretty much SE, and that NE and SI pretty much, NE always lives in the future and SI always lives in the past. It's only actually the SE that truly lives in the moment, and that might be pretty problematic for NPs, especially especially for ENFPs and ENTPs, because we are sociable people, and we like people, we like to be around people, and me, I'm speaking for myself at least, when I get lonely, I kind of like want to get back and look back to those memories that I created, but because I wasn't living actually in that moment, I was either living in the past or the future, I didn't actually make any memories, and that sucks. That really sucks. I kind of end up a lot of the time being alone and feeling like I haven't had any true like valuable memory of mine. And I think a lot of people like say you should develop your SE, or you should develop your SI, and I don't think that is the case. I think I don't think that is truly possible, because you can't like develop SE when you have very weak SE. So what I've come up with today, I was talking to my mother, and I kind of like came up with this theory, is that I always okay. So I was talking to my mother, and my mother is she's like 50 years old, and I kind of like pictured how my life would be if she died. Like, that's an awful imaginary but thing to think about, but I did, and I felt awful because it felt like I wasn't living right there. It felt like these are the memories that I'm gonna have with my mother when she dies, and when I felt like I wasn't really enjoying them, it really sucked. But then something came to my mind. What if I lived these memories through SI using NE? What if I traveled through time to oh so what if I traveled through time to a place, to a time where I appreciated this memory or this moment of time, and I lived it? And then when I thought about that, I started to feel my presence more, because I started to live the current moment as a memory. You see, like, and it actually worked. I actually had a really decent conversation with her, and I hugged her, and I was present in that moment because I was living it in my SI through the eyes of my NE. I pictured myself like 30 years from now and looking back in this moment, and I realized how much I appreciated it, and that's why I went into SI and lived in the moment. You see, SI doesn't really appreciate the current moment, and NE isn't satisfied with it. SI pretty much dwells on the past, and NE is always looking towards the future. So if you look at your future and realize that at one point you're gonna miss this point, I think that's a good technique, and I think that's a pretty good substitute to having SE, which is not very there for NPs in general, and especially ENFPs and ENTPs. So yeah, if you wanna live now, go to the future, go back in time. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!